Hey, Kevin, sorry.
Yep, gotcha.
All right, sorry. All right. So I guess from looking at the tape from Saturday, just kind of how would you grade Seth's performance, just kind of, what you liked and what you didn't like, maybe on kind of how he took control from the first game?
Yeah, I thought that he handled the pressure of making your first career college start. I thought he handled that really well. But I'm also not surprised by that. That's sort of the reason that he won the job. He just has a very cool, calm demeanor. But I thought he did well with that. I thought he handled our tempo. I thought he handled our check game really well. Thought he could have done a better job maybe with a couple target locations and be a little bit more accurate with the throws. But in general, pretty pleased with how he played. And, really more than anything else, we got the win. He learned a ton, and now we can get better moving into week 2.
And just kind of on that note too, like with Seth, obviously, when he goes into that position, kind of what do you say before the game to kind of, get him ready for it? And then afterwards, just kind of like, how do you kind of keep him encouraged now heading into Arkansas State?
Yeah, well, I just told him to be who he is, right? Just go be yourself. And again, that's the whole reason that he won the job with his consistent play all through fall camp. And, the other thing I told him was, listen, once this game's over, it's not going to be any near as bad as what everyone's going to tell you. And it's not going to be near as good. Like we tend to stay level, never too high, never too low. And yeah, we got the win. We played well. And now we have to regroup and do it again. And that's what college football is all about. And I know he'll do just fine this week.
How you doing, Coach?
Good. How's it going?
Hey, from the naked eye, man, your offense like it operated efficiently. So if you had to give the offense a grade, what would you give it, and what can you use to improve for next week against Arkansas State?
I agree. I thought we were efficient, but man, if you ask any of our players, we're disappointed because we kicked too many field goals. You get the ball on the 10-yard line, you got to score touchdowns. And I told the kids I got to do a better job putting together a better plan and executing at that time, making some better calls. But really liked how we took care of the football. We didn't have any turnovers. Liked the fact that we didn't punt the football on Saturday. Thought we used our tempo to our advantage. We got a chance really to play a lot of good young players. So all in all, it was a positive day. But still, again, after watching the film, we got a ton of growth to do and learning, and this will be a great challenge this week.
Frank?
And Kevin, your run game had a nice showing. What did you think about how your running backs did?
Thought they did well. Again, I kind of like Seth, though. I thought they played and performed how we expected them to. Brandon Thomas is a great player, and he's going to be for a long time. Very proud of Drake Clark. Thought he ran the ball extremely hard. Quay Weaver, Asa, a lot of those guys got some touches, which was great to see. And we're going to keep rolling them. But more importantly, though, I felt what was noticeable to me is our offensive line. I thought they did a great job of moving the line of scrimmage, establishing the run game, and that opens up everything else for us.
And having a run game like that, how much pressure or more comfortable does that make your freshman quarterback knowing that he's got a run game like that to help complement him?
No, I think that certainly helps. Anytime that you can do that, you don't have to lean on us throwing the ball all the time. So again, this offense, though, that's how this offense is built. We want to try to run the football first, and then hopefully that opens everything else up for us.
Thank you.
Back to Evan.
Kevin, speaking of the run game a little bit, just, Ryan told us after the game that he thinks he knows who his starters, but from what you said, you kind of still see kind of, using that multitude of running backs because that's kind of what Memphis has always relied on, with just more than one back carrying that load?
I think so. I think Brandon Thomas, as long as he stays healthy, should run out there first. And then after that, we're going to roll him. Again, I just think that's to our advantage. If we can wear down an opponent, then that's what we're going to do, as many guys as we can play. And I think that's true at all positions. That just helps build depth. It helps the kids in practice. They know they're going to get to play. It's just encouraging. It just helps everyone involved.
And then with Gabe, I know he switched over now, kind of like with, was it running back, now at wide receiver. How would you kind of assess how he did kind of learning this position and kind of fitting into kind of that hybrid role a little bit?
I would say he's still a work in progress. He has learned a ton. He has come really light years since we started putting him at that position. But man, just his potential of how good he can be, I think is very encouraging for us. Very excited, though, that he made some competitive plays. I think that was the biggest takeaway from the game. Huge third down catch, and then was able to go up and get one on the sideline as well. So he's got freakish ability. He can run. We're just going to continue to clean up technique and all the little things that make to go into being a great wide receiver.
All right. Thank you, Coach Johns.
Thanks, guys.